BC Transit says months of backlogs have now been cleared up. Service is back at full capacity after that labor dispute that saw jam-packed buses, cancelled runs, and frustrated riders. But full capacity doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's getting on board. This is a long-running problem of buses skipping stops, driving right past crowds at the curb because there's no room on board for any more people. Now, as CTV's Joe Perkins reports, the NDP is on board, working to make these pass-bys a provincial election issue.
Are you a transit rider?
Yes, every day.
Yeah, do you get passed up by buses often?
Well, they just don't show up sometimes.
Catching a bus to class has become a roll of the dice.
3 times I've been passed before, and then you just don't go to class.
Students say they're spending more time than ever waiting.
It's extremely frustrating. You've planned to get there on time, and there's just not the capacity in the system to get you to class.
For years, we've shown you the crowded stops and the students left at the curb. Today, just weeks before voters head to the polls, 2 NDP MLAs are taking their own look. The opposition says if it forms government, it will expand transit in Greater Victoria by tapping into the province's carbon tax.
This is a promise that we have made.
Since the carbon tax was introduced in 2008, not a single dime of that tax revenue has gone to put a single bus on the road.
The province has always said carbon tax revenue is solely for tax reductions, not for government spending.
If the NDP are suggesting that, they actually are saying to people there's a tax increase because they would have to reduce those tax breaks that we provided as a BC Liberal government.
Chong says the carbon tax revenue is best left untouched. Instead, her promise is to continue working with the Transit Commission, which has approved a service increase for UVic this September. This fall, students will see an additional 5,000 service hours and 2 more double-decker buses. Veteran transit driver Rob Brown has seen service increases in the past, but says it will take more than just a boost to deal with the massive backlog.
The question is, why are people still being left at the side of the road, right?
If elected, the NDP says it will provide the answer. And while it may come at a cost at UVic and Camosun, students say it's worth it. As long as it gets them on the bus and not watching it pull away. Joe Perkins, CTV News, UVic.